Okay, we have a Canon nFD 35mm lens, and it has fungus, and we are going to clean it. Need a light. Here's a better look of it. You can see all the fungus in there. And I bought this off of eBay. I knew that there was fungus in it, but I bought it to attempt to get all the fungus out. There's some pictures right here you can see. There's a big old white spot right there. That is, I think it's etched on there somehow. But right here, we're going to take the guitar pick and you want to lift this up. It's pretty easy to get off. You just need something really thin. I use a plastic pick just so you don't scratch the lens. And then the tweezers to help lift it up. I was holding the camera, so it's kind of hard. I'm using a little screwdriver right here to lift it up a little bit more. And it's just a thin, plastic cover for the outside of the lens. Cover up like the little workings on the inside. Some of them have a metal ring that you have to unscrew. You need a special tool, but this one, it doesn't have that. There's a little bit of like dried up grease or something. And you can see there's a lot of like stuff in there. I think that white stuff on the outer part of the lens, I'm pretty sure that's fungus too, because it's like white colored. There is dirt in there. And right here I'm just using a lens tissue with some peroxide. So it's gonna get a little bit dirtier once I get in there. So, and plus you don't want to touch the glass with your fingers. You'll leave oil residue and stuff. So that's another reason why you want to wear gloves. Just kind of look around. Just kind of see that I clean the outer ring a little bit. And every little piece is going to get cleaned with either vinegar or alcohol or peroxide. So that way there's no way that the fungus can come back anyway. That one's a little clean right there. Maybe a little bit of stuff on the side. Not a lot. Looks mostly like maybe like dust. You can see on the outer side it was pretty nasty. Trying to get a good angle. The light I'm using's got a ton of LEDs in it. There's the peroxide. Just using a little Q-tip and just get down in there and get all that stuff out. It's a lot of nastiness. So we definitely want to get all that stuff out. Get everything. The reason why I bought this lens is because it's a Canon, which I've used Canon. Right here I'm just taking out the front glass. But I like Canon, and I decided to start getting into the FD lenses probably like 10 years ago or something. I saw these videos that you can get adapters and stuff, and the very first one that I bought was a Canon nFD 50mm, and then after that I got a 28mm, and then this one was a lot harder to get. The 35s seem like they're just hard to find. And then nFD, there's that special tool. Oh yeah, we did have to use it. And you make a marking, just to see, if you over tighten it or whatever. But get that little ring off of there. But the 35s, people buy them up and they fix them, resell them, or keep them, or whatever they do with them. Typically, I think people usually buy them for sets for cinematography and stuff like that. They'll get their 24, 28, 35, 50, 85, 80 and 85, I think. And then like a 105 or something like that. But 35 is like standard for video, in case some people don't know. in, you know, Hollywood status stuff. But you'll have your prime lenses, your 24, 35, 50, and it's typically what they shoot with, but 35 is probably the most sought after, I think. I'm still trying to get that ring off. It looks like you can still see some stuff in there. And there's going to be several lenses in there. You can see it looks cleaner on the back lens. There's still stuff in there. You can see definitely cleaner altogether. Put that one back on. The front is not that bad, but the back is a pain. The back, I think there's like 3 lens elements in there, and you got to go through a lot of stuff. In the video, I will do a declick of the aperture as well, and I don't do anything special. I didn't put any grease or nothing in there because I'm not using this lens yet until I find the grease that I need. And then there's some other things I was gonna do with it. Get a gear for the focusing and stuff, and I think I have the step up rings for these in this video. I don't remember if I show them or not, but I went with 82 millimeter. I was looking online to see what the standard size ring, and you could do either, I think it's 77 or 82 is like the main sizes people use. I went with the 82. Just, you know, personal preference. It's bigger, you know, you could easily get you know, polarizers and filters and stuff like that for them, and but that's what I went with. And no matter how hard I tried to get that big old white spot, it just stayed there. Everything else cleaned up, maybe like a couple little of the bigger dots and stuff on there, but I think somebody tried cleaning the back with maybe like some kind of acidic chemical of some sort and just messed it up. I don't know. It just will not come off. I even scratched at it with like a screwdriver in the corner just trying to see if it'll come off, and it's not. It's like etched on there. This is the fun part, getting both of those and then turning it this thing was messed up. The aperture was completely broken. Well, not broken, but it was all jacked up. On the listing, it said that it was actually in excellent condition, from Japan, no fungus, aperture works perfectly, and when I got it, it was not at all what it said. And that little thing right there is stuck. I couldn't push the button in, I couldn't, I couldn't do nothing. It just goes to a certain point and then it's just stuck. Okay, these little screws are really important. People have broken these, trying to take them off. They get cross-threaded, they break. People have drilled them out. That is the dumbest thing you can do. I didn't need to really do anything, but WD-40, just squirt a little bit on it, let it sit for like 10 minutes if you have to. Just don't drill it out. Don't, if it's still stuck, push in and turn really hard, but try not to strip the head where you put your screwdriver in. You could always buy replacement screws and stuff like that if you need to, but you don't want to do that. And anything that I do with these, like I will save the little bearing for the aperture, the click of the aperture and stuff. Just, if I ever decide to resell it, I want it to be what's it called? Original. So if they want to re-click it, whatever, and I save the spring and everything, and I, it's just, I don't know, better way in the long run. Somebody might not like the modification that you do. Like I've seen people do the back right here. They'll 3D print and it looks like crap. There's some companies that do like mold inject them and stuff like that, but they're real expensive. There's a lot of different, things you can do. Like some people just throw the back away and they're like, oh, it's an EF mount now, so just 3D print a new one. What if somebody wants this for an actual camera? I doubt it, but the options there, just give them all the parts and be like, if that's what you want it for. And then after that, then it's their problem. But as you can see, I'm having a lot of difficulties trying to mess with this. I was trying to unscrew it and just kind of twist a little bit, see if it'll get back into position, but it's not happening. Once I get it cracked open, the fun begins, because it gets really bad. I don't know if anybody's ever seen a lens this bad once we get down in there, but it was like really jacked up. You could see right here, like there's some of the grease, I think, but it's like, I don't know, it looked nasty. Lift that up, and you could see in there's like frosty, not right there, there's like dried up, that orange stuff I'm pretty sure is dried up grease. The black stuff in there, I'm not sure what it was. It might have been black grease, but right here you could see that there's like a white greenish freaking frosty looking stuff on the metal ring, and that's all fungus stuff. Later on I clean it up and it's shiny. You know, I don't want that. I don't want anything coming back. Oh, and this screw right there was loose too. And then underneath there, underneath this other layer of mechanisms and stuff, there's like what was it, like a little plastic piece and stuff that this thing kind of rotates and like falls into. I had to take it outside, get some more light, and then I was gonna get down and really start cleaning all that, starting with the first part right there, nice and clean. And these, yeah, that's pretty nasty. These aren't that bad to clean up if you know what you're doing. But I mean, like this one was horrible. A lot of work went into this one, just trying to get all that stuff. Like, there's a close up, you could see it's actually like green mold or fungus stuff on there, and it was hard. It was like stuck. And you really had to, like, you know, get at it and try to get all that stuff off of there. It took a while. And right here, when I had that inside the little container, that was vinegar. For those of you that don't know, if you use vinegar on metal, it takes off rust and stuff like that. It kills mold. So like, I would use a mixture between the peroxide and the what's it called, the vinegar for these pieces. And typically I would use peroxide on the lenses mostly, but the really bad ones I would switch over to an isopropyl alcohol. So basically I think it's like isopropyl is about 90 or maybe 70 and up, I think, is basically what you want to use. But I was using like 99, I think, 95 or 99, I don't remember. And you can't get 100% alcohol either, for those of you that don't know. You always find 98 or 99 because I think it has to have a certain amount of water in it, because you can't get 100% all the water out of it. There's this little mechanism right there, just kind of working it, making sure everything moves like it's supposed to. And there's the little ball bearing. It's like it's not a ball, it's a bearing, but it's like a weird shape. And then the spring under there. Some people I've seen do these declick and they didn't take the spring out. So you definitely want to get that out. You'll mess more stuff up in there. Probably. I don't know. Maybe it might not hurt it, but you don't want anything else rattling around in there. That thing was gross. I think that's the piece that took the longest. Not this one, but the one in the vinegar. You see I cleaned it up right there. It looks almost brand new. I think I cleaned that one too. Left that little metal piece on there. Work on that one later. And you can see there's where the ball, the little bearing, sets into when it clicks. Yeah, this piece right here, that one was pretty bad. I think it was somewhat cleaned up right here. I think I go at it again with vinegar and peroxide. Off camera, obviously. And check all the workings, you know, make sure everything actually moves. Button's not stuck. Overall, you could see it definitely looks a lot better. I think here's the adapter that I use. It's a Photodiox Pro, I think, adapter. It's nFD or FD to EF. And it has a little lens on the back. It has to magnify to correct the focal length from the camera to the lens, because, you know, that's what they do. And that little piece back there, I did that like 5 years ago. I actually bought the electronic autofocus chip. So, and I epoxied it on there, and that's actually something that I had not seen back then. It was right before the chips started coming out on these things, because everybody had just manual everything on them. But I saw them on eBay, and I actually bought like 10 of them for like what was it, like $20, I think, maybe like $15 or something like that, from China. And it was replacement autofocus chips for EF lenses. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna give it a try. And I, you know, put it on with tape on the lens right there on the adapter, and I put in my camera, and it started showing up the focusing boxes, and I was like, huh. So I started doing it to all my other adapters that were, you know, just all mechanical adapters with no autofocus confirmation chip or whatever you call them. But, you know, I thought that was pretty cool. And, you know, nowadays you could just buy them with them on there. So, and I think they're roughly about the same price with them on there. I don't know, I haven't checked for a long time. Let's see. I do have the step-up ring. And cap. And I went the cheapest way possible. I think I spent like cap and ring. I think the cap was like $4. And I got 4 of them. Or, hold on. No, I think I paid $8 for 4 of the caps. The rings, though, those were like $6 a piece, I think. And I bought several of them because I have other lenses too that I was going to use. But you can see overall, clean. Got all that stuff out, especially in the front lens group. The back lens group is all clean except for the very, very back on the outside. And you can see that spot on the corner, and it doesn't affect the video or the picture or nothing. It might be some little bit of dust or whatever, but you can see it's a lot clearer. It's not cloudy like it was. But all that stuff is on the back, and then I couldn't get it off. I'll have to do more research to figure out what to do. Oh, this is when I go in there and actually clean it. Maybe I didn't clean it at the very back lens group at that point, but right here I do take them out, and like I said, I think there's 3 in there in this little piece right here. Oh no, there's probably 2 in there, and then there's 1 right there. But you can see it's definitely clean on the other one. Yeah, this one has 2, pretty sure. Looks good. Looks pretty good. It's a lot better. And these are my other lenses with their caps and step-up rings. And that's it. Be sure to subscribe, follow my channel, whatever you want, and I'll see you later.